What's going on, YouTube gang? Welcome back to another video. I figured it's a nice day out, might as well update you guys where I'm at. Well, I'm gonna just jump right into it. We're currently pulling the motor again. We just finished tuning and it made like 720 to the wheels. Everything was good. And then literally just cruising down the road and it dropped the valve. Towed it back home. I was so pissed off. I just didn't touch the car for, it's probably been, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. It's maybe even been longer. It dropped, or I don't know, the keepers came apart. So a little valve keeper. I don't know why I pulled the valve cover and then this was just sitting up there. So you can see that's one half of it. Don't know where the other half is. It's probably somewhere in the motor. So we'll tear it down and find it. But first we gotta pull the motor. So that's what we're doing. I wasn't going to film, but I was like, might as well. It's a nice day. Just taking it slow. I've been taking it day by day. Probably been at this for about 2 days now. A little bit after work, maybe like 2 hours a day. So nothing too crazy. We're about to pull off the downpipe right now. I'll probably, next time I update you guys, it'll probably be when the motor's actually out. So yeah, stay tuned. Good morning, YouTube. It's a cold, wet, and rainy day here in Virginia. It's been a couple days since the last video. Got the car in the air, removed some of the last couple things underneath. Finally got the downpipe out, the drive shafts, and all that stuff's in there. So, yeah, it's ready to get pulled. Probably do one more look over before I actually pull it. But we are now going to go pick up a engine hoist. We're gonna go pick that up and hopefully try and pull it today. I really don't feel like messing out in the weather and getting wet, but we'll see. All right, back again. Same day. I was trying to wait till it stopped raining, but clearly it's just gonna drizzle and rain all day. So we're just gonna get it in while we can, how we can. So went picked up the hoist, setting it up now. Just doing final checks, make sure I disconnected everything. I've already looked underneath, so we're good there. Probably the most common one is that that ACD line that goes to the transfer case. So focused on mounts, probably gonna remove this piping here too before we start, but if not, everything looks good. Gonna get this hoist hooked up, and then yeah, I'll come back whenever we're starting to remove mounts. All right, we got everything hooked up how we want it. I'm gonna try it a different way. Usually I don't have it, the other chain on the transmission mount, but I'm gonna try it out this way. It'll probably end up working better for what I need to do, which the easiest way that I found to do it, if you're moving it from the top, is to tilt the motor literally as far as it can go to driver's side and then just come straight out. That's like probably the easiest way that I can describe it. So yeah, we've got the bay pretty much cleared. Put weight on this hoist real quick, and then probably gonna remove the aft motor mount first, since that's the biggest pain in the ass in my opinion, is the aft one. So we're just gonna keep going until we see the motor just lift a little bit. There we go. So weight's pretty much on the hoist now. Yeah, I'll change it tight. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start removing mounts. Gonna start in the aft, then probably go, I don't know, maybe the forward one, and then just do the sides. But I'm gonna start that aft one. I just bought this hoist, used of course, and the guy was like, yeah, it works fine. Then I started to put weight on it and it wasn't holding anything. So I had to run to the store and go and pick up some hydraulic jack oil. So we're back now. We're gonna get this front mount out and then do the 2 side ones, and that'll be it. All right, just finished taking the last couple of bolts out for this side mount here. So now I need both my hands, but just gotta finagle it out. Oh, just need one hand, easy. Oh, and there we go. Just got that one left, and we'll be working this thing out. Gonna pop this bolt out. Oh, look at that. Those are like butter. Might get a little jump, but we'll see. There we go. That's it. Here we go. All the mounts are out. I'm gonna get that out of the way, and then we'll do one final check of the bay, and then we'll come up and out, and that'll be it. All right, we got hung up a little bit. One thing stopping us is that damn aft mount. So we're gonna go ahead and remove that. It's like 3 bolts, and then I think they're all 14 mil, and then we'll be able to, that'll be it for sure. So come out after that. All right, got that aft mount out. That thing is a pain in the ass every time I deal with it. So now that's out, we can finally pull. I think we're good. Have to keep an eye on this, and then we'll have to move the condenser also, but other than that, we're good. So let's try and come up a little bit. Okay, so I can tell we're already getting a little hung up somewhere over here. Not too bad though. So at this point, look at all that room we got. So we'll go ahead and start angling this as much as I can. Which way? This way, yep, right way. Okay, so now we're resting. Sounds like we're resting on, yep, on frame again. So we're gonna come up. That should be good. I think the transfer case is still resting back there, yeah, but that's fine. We'll come up just a little bit more. And you're pretty much just repeating this process the entire pull. Come up and then angle. Come up and then angle. Good, because like I said, I don't think I've used this trans mount before. I usually mount here and then I'm out here because it's still feeling like that transfer case is resting on the subframe. But we're gonna keep going with it. We got plenty of room, so keep coming up. All right, so I was able to move it back just a tad bit, and I can see exactly where we're getting hung up. That little bracket, that black bracket that's on the bottom of the transfer case, right there, it's getting hung up on the sway bar. So we're gonna try and come up some more since we got so much room. See if we can get over that thing. We're looking pretty good already though, so come up some more. We're just gonna angle some more. Oh, still resting on the freaking sway bar. See if we can work through it. All right, so I just went underneath real quick and lifted it over the sway bar by hand, and it went over just a little bit. So we're gonna keep on working. See if I can pull forward a little bit. Oh yeah, it's over it. So let's try and angle some more. And the angles, it's gonna probably end up being like way over here. So it's gonna be pretty steep. We're getting pretty close to the point I was probably at last time I did this thing. So clearance issues so far. Obviously the crank pulley is pretty close. Gotta watch out for this line. This mount up here, that guy is touching the frame, but obviously we have plenty of room to go up. So let's go up some more. Okay, now getting close right here. The manifold, this is where I usually have a second person to kind of pull forward on the motor. So we clear this and go up. I don't have that second person right now, so we'll see how we do this. Probably gonna need 2 hands again, so set you guys down and then, yeah. All right, angled a little more. Kind of help with clearance by the manifold. Let's try and come up. Of course, more coolant's gonna leak out. Way good back here. Transfer case has found something else to rest on, so we'll see if we can pull back here a little bit. I'm gonna move this condenser out of the way. All right, YouTube fam, we're just about out. Sorry, probably a big jump in video, but had a couple hiccups. So that little mount that was on the bottom of the transfer case, it just kept dragging on the rack and then the sway bar. So I was like, screw it, I'll just zip it off real quick. It's 2 14mm bolts, so it's super easy. Once I took that off, the whole motor pretty much started to swing forward, which was perfect because it gave me that little bit of clearance that I needed left. Other than that, oh, the last thing I had to do was take the motor like this and then pretty much by hand pushing the chains, angle it like this. So that's why it's sitting like it is. And then once I did that, I was able to clear this side right here. And yeah, now it's just pretty pretty much up and out. Yeah, so once I have it all the way out, then I'll update you guys again.